Good evening, and welcome to the GTMS Back to School Night. And now please welcome our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Annette Giaquinto.
Good evening, and welcome to Back to School Night. This is Annette Giaquinto, Superintendent of Schools. And although this message was recorded, I am confident in saying that there's a wonderful turnout. Our parents, guardians, and family members have a long history of showing support for Back to School Night to come and meet your child's teachers, learn about the programs this year, and overall show the importance of education. I'll begin with appreciation, certainly to all of you who took time from your busy schedules to join with our school family. Certainly to the entire staff who each and every day work hard to help ensure that students are learning in a safe and positive environment. And finally, to many volunteer groups and organizations who support our students, staff, schools, and district. Representatives of many of these groups are actually here this evening. You may recall that last spring we did a homework survey, and we were pleased to have about 400 respondents, mostly parents and guardians, as well as some students, mainly from the middle school level. We have compiled and have begun to analyze the results at both the district and school levels. Of course, we will be digging deeper into this information as we begin the school year. Some key findings. A little over 40% reported that homework is valuable to their child's education, while more than 50% indicated that it can cause stress to their child or family. This is something I certainly want to address, and the most important thing I can say to you is that if your child is struggling with homework, if it is causing stress in the home, please be sure to go to the source, your child's teacher, to talk about what's happening and what plans can be made. Talking to your child's guidance counselor or child study team case manager may also be helpful. In terms of how well our teachers are following the homework policy, more than half of you felt that it was closely followed, and less than 5 indicated that it was not followed at all. Again, communication matters. If you feel the homework is not matching our district policy, please talk to your child's teacher. Many of you wrote individual comments, and we have reviewed those as well. The thing that stood out the most is that math homework causes the greatest challenges. In response to that, each one of our schools will be hosting an evening family night which will focus on math and may also include STEM or STEAM, science, technology, and the arts. Please look for more information with dates, times, and the details for your school. Additionally, please look throughout the year for emails, phone calls, or hard copies of new surveys. We hope to increase participation and want to make sure that you and your child's voice is heard. As you know, safety and security is a priority here in Galloway Township, and we are very fortunate to have an excellent working relationship with the Galloway Police Department and work directly with Chief Higbee, Captain Doyle, our SROs, and many members of the Galloway Police. This includes planning for emergency response as well as participating in drills. In fact, this summer, our entire administrative team did a tabletop exercise from the beginning of an incident through reunification, not only with the police, but as you can see with emergency management, fire, ambulance, and public works. I hope you've had a chance to meet our school resource officers, Doug Adams and Rich Selititz. They rotate to all our schools and work well with our students and staff. Last year, the DARE program was returned and will continue again this year. Here in the district, our measures are ongoing. First and foremost, they start with training for every staff member, no matter what category or role. We also do training for guest teachers and bus drivers. During the school day throughout the year, we do drills, and we will continue to expand the types of scenarios and the manner in which we conduct the drills. We will continue to use the Crisis Go app this year, which is a communication means between and among staff members and administrators, as well as traditional means. The intercom is still a good way to get news out during the school day. Last year, we began using the ALICE model: alert, lockdown, inform, counter, and evacuate. And we will continue to do so this year. Again, this is something on which we consulted with the police department. For any type of emergency, we certainly have the alert, and depending on the type of emergency, the lockdown happens, as well as providing information. Whether or not there is countering or evacuating depends on the specifics of the particular situation. This year, we are in the process of upgrading all our radios, or walkie-talkies, as well as adding rooftop antennas to all of our facilities with FCC licenses. This will not only enhance communication between and among administrators within the building as well as key staff members, but will also allow for communication between and among administrators across the entire district, including with administrators like myself and our school business administrator, Mrs. Nixon. This project is being completed this fall. Recently approved by the Board of Education is a major facilities upgrade to handle all of our security cameras and surveillance system. Let me emphasize that our existing system and cameras do work, but there are more advanced technologies out there that we are going to be adding to our system, and we will also be expanding the number of cameras both inside and outside of each school. And finally, there is ongoing assessment, improvement, and refurbishment of our facilities, which are one of the main factors in safety. Of course, the most important thing in keeping our schools safe is how we work with our children. And if you look at this graphic, you see our students are at the center, and their social and emotional and behavioral needs and development. Around the graphic, you see proactive, preventive, responsive, and restorative. And this model was derived after a year of work by a committee of staff members in every category across the entire district. Let's learn a little bit more about this model. When we think about being proactive or preventative, certain things come to mind. And while I'm not going to read every point on this slide to you, I do want to highlight a few things. And a lot of it comes down to basics: building positive relationships, clear, direct, regular, and respectful communication, setting and modeling clear expectations, having engaging classroom lessons, actively supervising students, and listening and looking for signs of a student who is experiencing difficulty. On the responsive and restorative side, yes, there are at times consequences needed, and they are based on our new code of conduct. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. In addition to that, you again see that word relationships. You see the phrase collaboration, which is so important between and among staff members as well as the homeschool connection. Additionally, sometimes we have to do things for individuals or small groups of students. Sometimes the teacher has to conduct a meeting with the whole class. And it's certainly important that when things go awry, we mediate those things and we repair any relationship that might be broken. Noted at the bottom is the fact that at each and every one of our schools, there are a variety of recognition and incentive programs. Some are school-wide, some are at the grade or team level, while others are at the classroom level. One of the things that came out of our committee's work is the need to reintroduce a social skills curriculum. and we have selected the second step program. Last year, it was used in certain special education classes and was piloted with the Smithville fourth grade classes. This is a universal program that helps students build social emotional skills. This connects directly with academic achievement because students who know how to understand and manage their emotions, make good decisions, leads to more active and positive participation. These social skills are taught directly and also embedded into daily activities. This year, all schools have teachers who have raised their hand and said, I want to be the first to use this program. And that is happening at various grades throughout the schools with an emphasis on grades K through 3. At the middle school level, there will be 10 lessons for all students over the course of the year. For the next 2 years, we will expand this until this program covers all grades K through 8. I should note that at the preschool level, we use creative curriculum, which has social skills embedded into the curriculum as well as throughout the school day. So now on to our code of conduct. If you've used our new Zip Slip program, you have already seen this new code. If you haven't had the chance, please be sure to do that. On the left of this slide, you see the introduction, which right away emphasizes those words of a safe and orderly environment. Again, you see that word expectation and building responsibility. Our new code has 3 grade configurations, pre-K through 2, 3 to 6, and 7 and 8. It has a tier system that is designed to both build consistency when the code is applied by administration, as well as enable the administration to tailor what happens to the specific situation. As in the past, the code includes behavior and consequences. New to the code are interventions, supports, and restorative practices. If you are not familiar with the concept of restorative practices, these things seek to teach, not just give consequences. Restorative practices look at what I already mentioned, rebuilding relationships, so that when a student makes a poor choice, makes a mistake, something negative happens, either for the child who did it or maybe the person who was, quote, the victim of the particular action, that it doesn't just end with the consequence, that we move forward to make it a learning experience. Here is a sample page, and in this case it's grades 3 to 6, and you can see across the top that there are the 3 tiers. Then you have the consequences and other actions that might be assigned by the teacher, or if it's an office referral, by administration. More importantly, you see the list of many options on the interventions and restorative practices side. Here is an example of the code itself. So down the left you have the behavior listed. Then you see the square that shows what tier that behavior falls. At the middle school level, there is much more detail in the code because the middle school code also has levels. That code for the middle school was also included in the student's agenda book. The most important thing that we can do is be respectful. Hopefully, you've already seen this poster in the hallways, and tonight, see it in your child's classroom, where we build from our core value of respect, and that respect which begins with each person respecting him or herself, respecting others, be it classmates, staff members, administrators, bus drivers, as well as not just our school community, but the community at large. And we've really narrowed everything down to 4 basic and positively stated expectations. I would like to thank you for not only attending Back to School Night, but for listening to this presentation. If you see at the bottom of the slide, we have our district's core values that help guide us each and every day. I hope you enjoy your Back to School Night, and I wish your children and you as a family a positive, productive school year. I am here this evening and hope to get to say hello to you. Please feel free to come up and introduce yourselves and see me if you have a question or comment. Thank you and have a great year.
Please welcome the President of the Board of Education, Ernest Huggard.
Good evening, and welcome to the Galloway Township Middle School Back to School Night. Thank you for coming. First of all, I encourage you to get involved with your child's education. We have a lot of activities here at the middle school, and I'd like you to enjoy them and have your children participate in as many as possible. Secondly, I encourage you as parents to come out at our annual budget time, which is February, March, and tell us what you'd like your tax dollars to be spent on. Other taxpayers come out at that time and encourage us to spend their tax dollars on different projects. We also would like you to come out at that time and tell us what you think your tax dollars should be spent on. Lastly, I'd like to thank the FSAs and all the other parent organizations that come out and help our schools during times of financial difficulty in raising money to help the students do different things that we can't pay for. I'd like to thank them, and I also like to thank the teachers for coming out, and again, thank the parents tonight. Have a good night. Thank you very much.
And now the principal of GTMS, Ms. Paula Junker.
Good evening, parents, guardians, and board members. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Paula Junker, and I am the proud principal here at GTMS. I have two fantastic assistant principals I would like to introduce to you. Miss Christine Ruth, our 8th grade assistant principal, and Miss Latia White, our 7th grade assistant principal. We are all extremely excited for this school year and the great programs and initiatives we have in place to create an engaging and challenging learning environment for our students. You may have noticed that we have a new schedule this school year and have added 2 teams to our schedule, added a computer science elective to our A&H rotation, as well as changed one of our computer labs to a collaborative learning lab. We have also had the opportunity to add Reader's Workshop, as well as a STEM course to every student's schedule. The goal of Reader's Workshop is to improve attitudes towards all subjects in school, refine comprehension strategies, expand background knowledge, and expand our students' vocabulary. The goal of our STEM course is to deepen conceptual, mathematical, and scientific thinking, expand the use of our Envision program, connect math and science, as well as develop problem solving through real-life applications. GTMS thrives on our school-to-home communication. As a partner in your child's educational progress, we value your continued communication with our staff members. We encourage our parents to request personal or telephone conferences with their child's teachers if you have any questions or concerns about your child's performance. To help our students be the best that they can be, we invite the family and school to work together and become active at GTMS. You can help by attending meetings, parent conferences, volunteering, and helping out with school fundraising activities. GTMS is truly a family. Help us make it the best it can be. Another way you can help ensure your child's success here at GTMS is by providing them with a nutritious breakfast. For those that find mornings to be very hectic, I know I do, we do have a breakfast program at school that your child can participate in each morning. Also, be sure that they arrive at school daily by 7:40 a.m. When students are tardy, they have difficult time transitioning, they miss valuable instructional minutes, and it disrupts the flow of learning for other students. Attendance is the key to success. As we embark on a new school year, please know that you play an instrumental role in your child's education. Feel free to call, email, or just stop in to visit at any time. We look forward to working with you as we continue the tradition of excellence here at GTMS. Hope that you enjoy taking a quick peek at what your child's day looks like while they're here at GTMS. Enjoy your evening, and thank you.